politicians because they can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. Lawmakers, politicians, because they can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. Lawmakers, politicians, because they can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. Good morning to my channel. Good morning to Edna's Vlog. Thank you for joining, members. And Anna Lynn, good morning to you. And welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Those that are coming in, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up if you would be so kind. And any comments you may have, please make sure that you leave those as well. Again, we have Miss, hey there, Nene Loyal. How are you? I thought about you last night. I honestly did. Thank you so much for coming by. This is going to be a quick live, but we have yet again in the news, and sorry about that, Nene, that's Nightbot. It isn't me. We have in the news again Tiffany HENYARD, who appears from the myriad of reports, has found herself in a little brawl, if you will. So before I begin, let me place up the Fair Use Act disclaimer, because I am going to be going over a video, and also my viewer discretion disclaimer, because you will in this clip hear some language that is disparaging. And unfortunately, and I'm guilty of this too, I've made that clear many times, when we are passionate about some things at times, some of us tend to hurl some words, and that is exactly what happened in this particular case. As the Thornton Township had their meeting last night, and after that, you know what broke loose, and I mean that literally and figuratively. You know, there's a particular content creator on this app, and for those of you that know me, I don't particularly care for her behavior, but I have to say in this particular instance, I have to agree. Sometimes it is a wise thing to stay out of men's business. So I am going to just put up one, and I'm going to be doing this each stream. And for all of the content creators, if this is something that you may want to do, it doesn't always be fruitful, but you never know. You never know. It depends on the person and where they are right now. So I'm going to put up one goal, just one. I think I did it. Hold on. Hey there, cynical one. How are you? So, yeah, it cut me off. So I'll put, there we go. So, and that's not the right one, because I don't want to put anyone out. There we go. So again, thank you to my channel, Cynical One, and Edna, and anyone else who comes in, and Nene, who was in here earlier. Good to see you, Nene. It's been a while. So last night, the Thornton Township had their meeting, and apparently there was someone a little bit upset, and I'm being generous when I say a little bit upset. He was quite upset with Tiffany HENYARD, and we are going to go straight into what happened. So again, those that are here, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Again, I've already placed my Fair Use Act disclaimer and viewer discretion disclaimer. So without further delay, and thank you so much, my channel, so much for your support. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of your support. And again, if I did not speak earlier, Cynical One, I believe I did. Again, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. Perhaps it is Thursday, depending upon where you are on the globe. So without further delay, let us get right into the brawl for it all. This took place last evening at the Thornton Township Board meeting. This is unbelievable. And I'm not going, this is over an hour. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, of course, but I want you to see, unfortunately, in my opinion, and I've said this before, why I feel as though that, some of the things that have happened, hold on for a second, some of the things that have happened as it relates to DIE, isn't always fair, because not everyone behaves in this manner. Unfortunately, this woman has been, she's been a problem ever since she's come into office. So we're going to begin here.
On the subject of homelessness. Okay, I love employees. However, until we get the budget straight, until we finally figure out who are these employees that have been digging in our pockets for 4 years, to tens of thousands of dollars, it doesn't make it. We have to separate those employees from the others, because the 5-figure bonus has been taken by a bunch of people with credit cards. Yeah. And one of them actually sitting in front of us. We don't know that. In addition to that.
Okay, now keep in mind, Lori Lightfoot, former Chicago mayor, released her findings Monday night. So that could have sparked some of the tensions here. So I'm going to extend this just a little bit until we have the speaker that really put the, I'm going to say, charge behind the melee. So we have several. Okay, that's Tiffany right there. Okay. And I'm going to go through the entire thing.
I don't know if this works. Can you hear me? Good evening, everybody. I have two statements I want to make. One is a question, Rep. The first statement is, at the last meeting, we had a young lady who got up here.
Okay, here we are. Again, viewer discretion.
nasty. And it's proven while you're talking about her education, we can't even verify yours.
So this man, I'm just going to preface, has come in with verbal shots fired. So again, viewer discretion, because you're going to hear some strong language.
To shoot so for women, I really already knew by the way you handled Fania. But for you to sit up here and disparage that woman after giving her that fake ass congratulations in the beginning because you thought she was gonna get what you wanted. Here's the thing. I want to educate you. Stephanie Wiedemann is a 20-year employee, and ain't none of her business ventures ever failed. On top of that, she serves as a chief of staff, and she didn't fuck her way to the top.
That was disrespectful, but that is what was on that man's mind. And I think that was the beginning of when Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend probably started to get a little bit fed up at all of the insults hurled her way. But let us continue. Again, viewer discretion is advised.
She's efficient in budgets and don't hide her deeds. She is efficient in organization. She served as a temporary interim executive director for the Thornton Park District until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman.
Okay. So he just stated, and I will repeat, she stepped aside to be something you'll never be, and that is a married woman. So he came in with, in my opinion, pent up vitriol. Let's run that back one more time.
On top of that, she serves as a chief of staff, and she didn't fuck her way to the top. She's efficient in budgets and don't hide her deeds. She is efficient in organization. She served as a temporary interim executive director for the Thornton Park District until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman. And her daughter moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. Well, I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, but we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work, and I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would better take a vote, and we're going to exchange your black ass for Stephanie being a new member of Congress. So all those in favor say, all those against it, say nay. All those in favor say aye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to enter the ring of fire.
You go, bitch.
And again, my apologies, but I mentioned and I warned you earlier of some language that will be used. Now, this is where it all begins. Now, unfortunately, Tiffany Henyard, after sitting there quiet, taking all of the insults, decided to intervene. And this really could have turned much uglier than what it was. It's not pretty, period, but it could have been a lot worse. And when you have situations like this, it just makes you wonder what's going to happen at the next meetings. So right there was where Tiffany intervened and ran in. So I'm going to advance this further. We'll listen to some of the comments on the outside. After this quick commercial.
Imagine a bra that lifts like sagging never happened. Try L Bloom, the bra designed with my comfort in mind. Wearing this feels like a soft, gentle hug. Like
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this was after the meeting and the melee that ensued. And here are some people on the outside having a discussion. And we'll listen to a little bit of that.
They got it on camera, so y'all don't want to do nothing. We just want news media here.
Unless they're working, they want you guys gone.
So there's more conversation going on, and I'm going to advance this a little bit more to hear what some of the attendees had to say.
Appreciate you, Napa Flow. Don Vision in the building. Get that cash up, y'all. $sign Rico Hud 113.
Okay, that is all we need to hear right now. And get back. And that was courtesy of Reality Check TV Chicago. Again, Reality Check TV Chicago. So shout out for being able to obtain that footage. Again, Reality Check TV Chicago. And I'll make sure that will be in my description so that proper credit is given where it is due. So next, another quick video, and I will be closing this out. But this is what, again, has happened at the Thornton Township Board meeting last night. And this is courtesy of Fox 32 Chicago. And again, this is all over social media.
A name, that's when a witness says Henyard's boyfriend confronted him. That's when the chaos ensued. The witness says Henyard pushed her table out of the way, ran to the back of the room to join in. Police are there. We're going to keep you updated.
So again, that was just a real quick video.
We begin with breaking news.
And I'm going to stop it there. And again, it's something that I always enjoy doing, and that's going through some of the comments. Now this right here by It's Randolph, this is what I do not agree with. But unfortunately, in my opinion, when we have people who behave in this manner, Tiffany HENYARD is in my opinion, in the upper echelon of this list, followed closely by Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. The stereotype for Black women never fails. Again, this is unfair to box every woman of color because you have a few who decide to behave in this manner, and it makes it especially hard for those who do attend school, who actually care about the constituents within their communities, who do not behave like this, who do not speak like this, who are not under the microscope of scrutiny for alleged, and I have to say alleged to be prudent and responsible, the mishandling of funds. And those are major duties when you take an oath of office. You are the poster person of public trust. And when that trust is questioned, has it been with Tiffany HENYARD over the past couple of years, and more so towards the latter part of 2024, right into 2025, unfortunately, it leads credence to those who believe this stereotype. Good morning, Mac Man. How are you? Good to see you. Please make sure that you thumbs up if you could be so kind. Again, let's go through some more comments. And again, this is what I look for, because there are so many people, as I said many, many times, that unfortunately judge others wrongly because of how some people behave. We have got to do better. It's a must. And official First Lady said Tiffany, her alleged married boyfriend, and her criminal worker. And again, these are allegations in these comments. They are not mine. I'm just reading them off. Attempted to jump a resident and speaker advocate. Yes, this was a horrible display of behavior for someone who, number one, is the mayor of Dalton and then supervisor of the Thornton Township, where she was sitting in the middle of the meeting. Again, this occurred last night, Tuesday, January the 28th, 2025, just one day after former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot released her findings as it relates to alleged misappropriation of funds at the hands of Tiffany HENYARD and others. And this comment right here by Nina sums up exactly what I said. Really makes me sad to know that this woman, and hopefully everyone who is listening to me understands this, because I echo this sentiment exactly. Really makes me sad to know that this woman is a representative of Black women that hold a position of power where they could really make a difference. Good morning, Brooklyn Born. How are you? Thank you so much for your support by hitting that like button. And I'm sorry that Nightbot timed you out. I don't know why he did, but please make sure that you return, please. Oh, you're aware of Miss HENYARD, Brooklyn Born? I'm going to drop the link in a little bit to get your, meaning your collectively, opinions on this. And G-Man says, I wouldn't expect anything else at a meeting like this. Again, stereotypes. And unfortunately, because of these types of behaviors, you can't, you shouldn't just shoo those comments away, because that's what many people see often. So again, collectively, as a community, we all, including myself, we have to do better. Embarrassing. In a word, absolutely embarrassing. All glory belongs to God, says Henyard needs to be in jail for 5 years minimum, fully served. And another comment, I hope she was arrested tonight. She is on camera running into an active fight, assaulting people. So there was a lot of things going on, and I do believe many things that still need to be unpacked. Hey there, member twin. And Brooklyn Born Again says Tiffany, and Brooklyn says, yes, I'm aware of what's going on with her, shaking my head. So while I have a few moments, I am going to drop this in the event someone would like to come up and offer their thoughts and opinions on Tiffany HENYARD, but also what we've seen that occurred last night. Let me put this up. And if no one has anything they would like to say, I will close this out, but I'll keep it up for a few. And also, for those who would like to connect with one another, you have the opportunity to do that as well. So again, thank you to all of the members that have come in, and subscribers and others that might be peeping through the bushes. I appreciate you all, but that is the latest. Tiffany HENYARD ran into a active kerfuffle, if you will, after she was insulted, and she was absolutely, no worries, Brooklyn. One, this is for anyone. Into a dangerous situation. So we shall see what comes of this. I'm sure that there are going to be some charges. Who they're going to be levied against, I have no idea at this time. Right now, from my optics, that entire entity, as it relates to the Thornton mayor / supervisor of the Thornton Township, is unraveling before our eyes. And what we witnessed that occurred last night was just embarrassing, as one of the comments I read earlier stated, and a very dangerous situation, because I'm not really sure who that man was speaking, but he did. And I'm not defending Tiffany HENYARD at all, but what I will say is he did insult her in front of many, many people. And I also understand we have free speech. But when you do that, and you may be aware that people who actually support her or around may get a little bit upset and react. It may not be the most intelligent reaction, but we cannot dictate how people receive things and how they may respond when emotions come into play. And that's exactly what happened last night. Allegedly, her boyfriend was not happy about the statements made directly towards Tiffany HENYARD, and we saw what happened after that. But the surprising thing, at least for me, is that she actually ran and got involved with it where she could have been injured. She's not a huge woman at all. So sometimes we have to think before we act and react. So you all can take a few minutes to connect if you all have not already, and if anyone has anything they have to say. If not, I will be closing this out in the next 5 minutes. So again, thank you to those that have joined in, those who may catch the replay. Any comments you may have as it relates to the latest with the self-proclaimed super mayor, Tiffany HENYARD, who has been under fire for months for allegations of misconduct, misappropriation of funds, illegal spending of funds, lack of transparency when it comes to funding. Again, keep in mind, she had several blows last week. She was found in contempt of court. She was removed from the ballot. And faced a revelation, if you will, of findings from former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, which were disclosed last night. So this has not been a fruitful 2025 for Tiffany HENYARD. This right here does not, in my opinion, help her at all. To me, it shows, again, these are just my opinions, and I want to make that clear. It shows a propensity of not having any problems when it comes to confrontation. Okay, it is now 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, January the 29th, 2025. I am going to close this down, but again, thank you to everyone that took a moment to stop by to see the latest of the embattled Mayor of Thornton, Tiffany HENYARD, who was involved in a melee at the Thornton Township Board meeting of last evening. Again, this does not look good, and I am going to assume that there are going to be some charges, especially if it is found that anyone was injured as a result and what may have taken place on the outside when the cameras were not rolling. We're not privy to that, not at least not at this time. So again, thank you to everyone that stopped by, and to those who may catch the replay. Please make sure you leave your comments as to what you think will happen with, or if anything, with Tiffany HENYARD. This has been a drama series. It's been a sequel, month after month, with her antics, but this latest one was absolutely, in my opinion, deplorable. Thank you for tuning in, and until next video, please remember always to be safe, to be well, and as always, be healthier. Bye-bye for now.